Welcome to this week's What the Heck. I remember to do everything today. Yes!
Right.
I think. Hey, hi. Welcome to What the Heck. It is a pretty good day so far for me. And we got Woke Ass Messiah and Bart Talk. And let me turn the participants' names on and echo and all that stuff off so I background and all that fun stuff. Cool. Good to go. All right, so let's do super fast intros because that's the only thing I've written on today's agenda. But yeah, I mean, remembering is hard. You got like all these. Anyway, who are you and what did I write down? And
filter. Go-to filter, right?
Yeah. What's your go-to filter?
Well, I'll start. I'm Woke Ass Messiah. And I'm coming at you from the woods of coastal Oregon right now. And my go-to filter lately has been I've been really digging on ripples.
Ripples, right?
Yeah, I like ripples a lot.
All right, Bartok, what about you?
I'm Bartok. Make some fun electronic music, and my favorite filter. I'm gonna go classic here. The Dope for Wasp filter.
The Wasp. That one's a good filter. That would be one I would love to play a lot with. Sorry, I didn't want to burp into the mic. Pack 7. I apparently did that on a previous. Anyway, it was very clear sounding.
Nice.
My favorite filter that I'm using that's a modular module is probably you know what? Right now it's Icary, even though it's completely unplugged. Maybe that's backwards. Maybe it's my MS-20 filters because those are actually plugged in right now. But the Icary I've really been digging on lately. I just have been I just unpatched everything, so it's not in yet. But it's a friendly, summery sounding filter with friendly resonance. So it's a nice filter. I like it.
Nice. I've got the 3-tom MS-22 coming in, so I'm eagerly waiting for that one to show up.
Yes. Is that an MS-20 clone?
Yes.
Yes. I look forward to hearing some sick resonance coming from your live streams. Yeah. So Yeah, so we're all hanging out. It's been a while. Woke's been. What have you been up to? Why haven't you been on the show? How come you don't love?
So my regular Wednesday night music has started up again. This is like going back years and years and years, like 15 years or something. Wednesday night music, and we've started doing that again. Back in action. We've been playing in a friend's backyard, and I've been bringing my modular because I just got that new Pittsburgh case. It's a to the 208.
Yeah.
And I've been bringing it with mostly pre-patched to do a lot of processing of saxophone and a little bit of drums, but mostly I'm pointing my mic at the saxophones.
Are you... I mean, you're not like holding it, you're setting it up for the sax player. Are you playing the sax?
No.
What are you playing?
I don't play an instrument.
Oh yeah, me neither. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. No, I do. I play guitar and some bass and that kind of thing. Nothing very accomplished or anything, but what got me into synthesizers years ago was a buddy of mine who used to play with us, who had the world's crappiest Pro 1. I mean, it was like they were the keyboard looked like looked like a terrible set of teeth. The there were a lot of dropouts on the keys, like they didn't all work, and the pots were all scratchy.
Like an ideal Pro 1. What are you talking about? That sounds perfect.
It's a typical Pro 1. But so anyway, it was just in awful shape. But we got some great sounds out of it, and that's kind of how I learned about. It's like how I learned about FM synthesis. It's how I learned about just all kinds of crap, sequencing. Even I didn't really have much of an idea about how that worked. And the Pro 1 has kind of a funky sequencer. Yeah, and so that when that kind of left my life, that synthesizer, I found myself missing it a lot, and I started looking into kind of how I could get some of that back, and that led me to VCV Rack because I didn't know what to try, and that really quick led me to the Mother 32, and
downhill from there.
Downhill from there, absolutely.
Well, I guess up the wall, up the wall from there. Yeah, that's cool. That's really.
Well, that's why I haven't been around on Wednesday, because I've been busy. It starts at 7, so.
Yeah, no worries. I think this time's actually pretty not good. I thought it would be really good, and the reason I chose Wednesday was because there was some alliteration involved.
What the heck Wednesday?
What the heck Wednesday? Right? Yeah. But I'm actually thinking of moving it to be more accommodating to folks. So I might actually try it on.
Let's make your own day. Hex Day. Hex Day.
Hex Day. Yeah. Pop up. It's just going to be a random day. You better be paying attention when it happens. No, I was thinking of maybe moving it to the weekend so I could do some morning shows as well that can accommodate European folks.
Sure.
Because they are probably sleeping right now.
Yeah.
Hex Day. Yeah. I'm getting a Hex Day hat. Nice. Alliteration again. Yeah, it's every 6 days. Good luck keeping track. All right. Bar talk. You've been pretty consistent, bar talk, but I think this time probably isn't the most convenient for you either, because I feel like you're always rushing in to make the time. Is that true?
Yeah, but that's just I'm on the Pacific Coast, so
yeah,
it's early, so I've got dinner and coming home from work, and so it usually is a rush, but it's all right.
Cool.
I do have something to share with you guys, though.
Yes, let's go.
This is going to be a sneak peek. Down here, I got home today, and there's a giant box in front of my door, and this is something that we've been talking about for a while. You guys are the first to see it.
Uh-oh. Oh! Oh yeah!
Yeah, I completely forgot about those.
Yes!
Completely forgot. I
Oh, that
cannot
looks
wear
so great.
I'm gonna try to wear it backwards first. We'll see. It's like I feel like most of the time the microphone's looking at me from this angle, so like if I lean forward, you get the
Oh
nice
yeah.
logo. But if not, I'll draw one on the back.
Yeah, so really excited for those. I mean, they feel great. The t-shirts are really soft. Alpha Star made these for us.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
They're gonna be good.
Yeah, they feel great. So I'm really excited for them. So now
Yeah.
I gotta
You know what we
start
gotta do on the
packaging them
next
up and
run,
shipping
though?
them. What is that?
What's that?
Glow in the dark,
Right.
single color.
For-
Yeah, I'm really stoked about those. Those look good.
for all the dark streams.
Yeah, like you can tell when I don't think my song is that good, or if it's like really heavy. It's usually when I don't think it's very good. I'm like, if I turn out the lights,
It's
people
just pretty,
will
yeah.
be attracted to the lights and ignore my bad music. Yeah, it's a good shirt.
Did you
do
see
we-
that? Did you see that sticker that somebody had on their rig? It said, "At least my music is supposed to suck."
Try not to die. All right,
I know.
yeah, no, I am not, but that's really good.
Yeah.
At least my music is supposed to suck. Hold on, I'm gonna totally steal that idea.
Yeah, excellent.
Notes.
Yeah. I forgot what company it was from, but it was somebody that was putting this out.
Let's see.
I'm not sure if it was a synth store or a manufacturer or what. I saw it on Facebook, so who knows where the fuck it is now.
At least my music
is
is
supposed
to suck. That's what I sound like all day. My partner has to listen to that while I work, and my computer.
Oh, nice.
My job is computery, so it sucks. No, I really like my job. It sucks for my partner to have to listen to me mumble all day or whatever I'm typing. Yeah, I am. Yeah. So that's really cool. We got shirts coming. All right, what's the next swag piece gonna be? We're in no rush to do it. It takes 3 or 4 months to turn around to make a piece of swag.
Isn't
Right.
blank panels the next the next step?
Yeah, maybe
Or-
blank
is it the first
panels or
step?
holographic stickers or something. Holographic stickers would be really easy.
To get the stars.
Yeah, right. And
First we
sticker
gotta
list.
make the committee that's gonna be on the committee.
Yeah.
No joke. Like
Then-
Marketing
it's-
team.
it's like an extra
But-
and and so everybody
Right.
thank Bartok with money. I think y'all still have Bartok's Venmo or whatever it was, and send more money to Bartok. So that's a lot of work.
I do have though. There is going to be something for those that ordered a shirt are going to get something that I'm not going to say what it is right now.
Ooh,
But,
patch cable. Oh, I'm not gonna. It's probably patch cables, though, right?
No patch cable.
Okay.
Was, but now it's not.
I could feel the excitement from Schmooster all the way across the ocean. Patch
But, yeah.
cable.
I'm gonna include one little thing in there. So make sure that when you open up your package, you
Open carefully.
don't throw everything away.
I'm gonna open. I'm just gonna wait till whenever I get. I'll just wait till that. What the heck to open it just to do an unboxing video because people
Yes.
like watching people open boxes.
They do. That's a thing.
Yeah. And me unboxing looks a lot like a caveman trying to figure out how to use a microwave or something. It's like a lot of punching and ripping. Cables. Yeah, exactly. Schmooster wants cables. I saw Schmooster's patch the other day, and it was when I say I saw Schmooster's patch, that's
Yeah.
all I saw. I could only see patch cables.
Okay.
I knew there was audio coming out, but there were so many patch cables. It was like a bed of patch cables.
I think I saw a picture of their rig once, and there was some like bitters like in it. It looked like looked like you could make a cocktail like right there. I was like,
It is a cocktail. It's
Yeah.
a spicy cocktail. All right. I just
have to make a
unpatched my
schmoosser
stuff the other
cocktail.
day. For the first time in like a month.
Wow. I've been unpatching like every day and like moving my rig around, and like a lot of it is I'm considering it practice for just being able to break down and set up quickly and make sure I have all my shit with me.
Yeah.
Right. And
No,
that's what
good
I
to
wanted.
do.
Yeah, that's smart. And the reason I wasn't unpatching is because I really wanted to get a good set of tracks going that were pretty like it's a similar patch now, but I'm trying to do it with less setup time, so that's why I'm repatching.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's just quick setup.
Yeah.
Let's get a patch going and not spend all day on it.
And like really the way my stuff works, I guess I don't really need to think about it too hard. Like I need a lead voice, like sort of mid-range voice, and a bass, and they're usually set up pretty much the same. If one has LFOs one time or like runs through a special effect one time, fine, but it doesn't really matter too
Right.
much in the grand scheme of things, because only I know how it's supposed to sound.
Right.
Speaking of mobile rigs, you've got a couple with you, right? Woke?
Yes, I do. I got two. We could take a field trip in and take a look at them real quick.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, the last time... Were you using those when we saw them in the grapevines next to the chicken?
Yes. That was, I think, mostly just the one, which is the Pittsburgh. That one.
220.
See that? Yeah. There it is.
Let me make that. Where's the button? There it is. Boom.
There we go.
High fidelity.
Yeah. Let me just rest this thing. Oh, rest it here. There we go. It's relatively stable.
Yeah.
So this, I consider this like my, that's my performance rig, the main, like the basic.
Yeah.
And I can put together a pretty nice patch with all of this stuff. I've got my LFOs here, the Batumi, Potty, and the Samara. I've got a couple of. I decided to use a couple of malts in here instead of just using Starfish or whatever.
Yeah.
A couple of VCAs. I got 3 filters: the IntelliGel, the Ripples, and the QPOS. Ornament and Crime. I've got my Nipro Dot, a mixer, Abstract Data, Event Boss, and I just picked up one of these mycelium synths. It's
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
It's one of Flavio's things from Blue Lantern. It's his like reimagination of Platts.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting.
Right.
It's like just a different layout and everything. I kind of like it. I've been really grooving with it lately.
Well, it's got some cool lights and a black panel, so it's here.
Yeah. And then of course my Performer and a Maths, BIA, and a couple of Pico drums.
Maths.
Yeah. Oh, and then I put together this little guy too. Can you see that?
Yes.
There we go. So
Very Blair Witch, but getting there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Excellent. So I put together this little guy with Renee and my Oct, grids, Wogglebug, and a dual VCA that's also a mixer. And
That's cool.
yeah, it's a cool little rig, and I might leave it like that for a while. I tend to switch things out quite a bit when I first get a new case.
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid that and just trying to work with what I got.
Yeah, I'm finding I enjoy rearranging stuff less and less.
Yeah.
Like it's fine.
Yeah.
I was thinking about drilling holes in that case, and putting a couple of USB pass-throughs in there for the, just because I hate unscrewing and and I reload those things a lot, and I don't know. Do you guys have those modules? Do you know how they get reloaded?
Yeah, I do, and I've thought the same thing. I've wondered if I can make some sort of little 2 HP panel with an extension to the USB on the back of those, so then it's accessible on the front of the case.
What I did in my
Oh.
other case was I just took just a large drill bit, and I drilled a hole in the back of my case, and I have 2 pico drums, and I've got, is it pico or pico?
I call them pico, but I'm not. Pico works too. Yeah.
Anyway, because I have 2 of those adapters that go into the back for the USB, and so I just perma attached those, ran my USB cords, 6-foot USB cords out the back, kind of tied a little knot in them so they would never pull out, and that was good for a long time.
I mean,
Yeah, that's smart.
That's smart. And that's similar to what I did with this VHS tape. I wanted a Raspberry Pi VHS tape, so I made one, and
I can't
all
see
the ports are. Oh, that's because it's all you. I'm sorry. I've been looking at the wrong side.
There we go.
Here we go. Yeah, VHS tape, Raspberry Pi. All the ports are accessible through the flap thing.
What?
But if you're familiar with Raspberry Pis, you would know all the ports are not on one side.
Correct. You got to do a little routing.
Yeah, so I did that with like a cable plugged into one side and sort of hot glued in place on the front, but it does the job. And it fits real nicely in here, and it has a battery in there. It's great. Anyway, that's one of my weird projects that I never use anymore.
What you don't use your Raspberry Pi anymore?
Well, I just don't use it for that much. I'll probably use it again shortly in August. Conference is coming up where it's really handy to have sort of a computer that I don't care about too much, and it's easy to put a whole new operating system on in a few seconds. So,
right.
You know, hostile networks and all.
I use mine for MIDI. That's about it. It's my MIDI connector.
Yeah, as much as I play with electronics and Raspberry Pis, I still have not ever done a Raspberry Pi music project, so maybe I need to change that soon. Because I have a crap ton of those. Well, I have like 4 or 5 of the Pi Zero W type small ones. That would be perfect for that. I also built, I don't have enough range, hold on.
He's out of range.
Speaking of MIDI, I wanted a better MIDI setup, so I built on Tindy. I just ordered this in pieces and made it, and it's a 1 to 10 MIDI thingy. I've just been too chicken to test it on actual nice gear, so it's been built for months now. It probably works fine, but I don't know. Anyway, if it works, you'll see it mounted somewhere on the Cosmo case because it'll simplify a lot of things. Or maybe over there. I don't know.
Very good.
Oh, I just stabbed myself 20 times with it. Bartok, I have a question for you, though. You always have the answers to my hardware component questions. I am actually kind of sick of these things. 3.5 millimeter to 1/4 inch adapters. Partly because they make the cable stick out even further. And I have them on I'm sure if I pick a random cable in here, there'll be one on it. Yeah. Because I have a need for 3.5 millimeter to 1/4 inch a lot of the time. But I was wondering if there's some piece I can get where I could maim one of these cables and put a 3.5 millimeter jack on. I just feel like the cable itself is probably too thick for the ones I've seen.
Yeah, and that's really the problem, is that the OD of those cables is too large for the 3.5 plugs. There is, if you look for a NYS 226L, that's a large opening for the 3.5, but it still might not. I don't know what cable you have, but it may or may not fit. Might be really tight. So what I end up doing is just using a different cable when I got to do a 1/4 inch to 3.5 cables.
Yeah.
I use one of these guys.
Yeah. But it's not yellow.
Right. So
It's not yellow.
Yeah, the thing is going to be mostly the cable, and I can try to find yellow.
I've got
the hard part.
You know what? I mean, I feel like
But
I need to send you a
those?
thing anyway. Maybe I'll send you like a snip of one of these cables and have commission you to make some cables in that color that are 3.5 millimeter to 1/4 inch. They can be 3.5 millimeter diameter cables. I don't care about that, but as long as the color is pretty close.
Yeah, and that I can definitely do.
Yeah. Yes, cables. All right. Yeah. What was another thing I want to talk about? Do you have any like weird stuff that your case does that you're just sort of used to now? Like, I guess one of the examples is the Mega Drone, the bottom left oscillator. Here, let's just plug it in, make some sound. Why talk about it when you can hear it in action? Let's turn the volume way down though. Alright, let's turn all of these off except for the bottom. Oh no, it's actually working today, but sometimes it doesn't work and I have to like flick the panel a few times and then it works. So that's one thing I'm used to. Like if the Mega Drone sounds wrong, it's whack it a few times and it's good.
Yeah, I got a couple things that kind of, they're like, I guess, minor irritations that happen. One of them is I'll often accidentally send too high of a pitch CV into my plucks, and that freezes them up. And there's no reset. It's just that module is dead until you power off the case and power it back on.
Wow.
I've got a solution for you, but you won't like it.
Yeah,
that's what I did with my my Rample would sometimes freeze when starting it up, and there was no way to fix it without turning the thing off and waiting for like 30 minutes, or physically like take the module out, unplug it, and plug it back in. So I installed an on-off switch for my Eurorack section, so it's got its own bus board. That's just a piece of strip board that I turn into a bus board, so that should I need to, I can. That was my solution. Like it's pretty hardcore.
Like an on-off switch.
But it is fun to flick an extra switch when you're powering on. It's like you feel like you're turning on a power station or something.
Sure.
So there's that benefit too.
Yeah, I've got some weird, like my Metron. It has this weird little bug where the second row, like the 7th or 8th light will come on as if I set it. So if I'm programming steps, sometimes that step will just kind of kick on. And I've emailed them about it, kind of told them the behavior. I tried reloading the latest firmware on it, and haven't been able to really figure out why it does that. Just all of a sudden, I'll notice that trigger is on, and
that's so weird. Are those triggers? Are they pads or are they like physical buttons? Like, are you able to
they're
tell?
physical buttons. So,
okay.
You're supposed to push on them to turn them on or off, and then I'll just notice it where I'll be programming, and it doesn't matter like what track, because it groups them by 4. So your first set is tracks 1 through 4, then you've got 5 through 8, etc. So it doesn't matter what group I'm in. That same light will come on if I'm pushing other steps, or like even if I'm switching, hitting the reset button or any button that I'm pressing, sometimes that will just trigger it on. So
that's
not a big deal.
A strange one.
But it is weird. And other than that, I think that's the weirdest. I'll have like some sounds every once in a while creeping through that I don't know where they come from.
I think that's like a modular thing, though.
Yeah, that's true. My my performer has occasionally had a similar problem as my Plux with in particular the glitch, and so, but I'm not 100% sure yet whether it's user error or what. But it seems like every once in a while the glitch function just loses all control. Like it'll be just like the solid tone, like a really short sample that's just going no knob turning, no button knob combo, changing the envelope size, changing the decay, none of that works. The only thing, even I think in the first firmware, I was hoping it was fixed in the second one, but in the first firmware I could fix it by doing the module reset and without powering off the case. But it happened again a couple days ago, and again, I haven't been able to pinpoint how it happened or if it's user error or what. But they've also changed the way of resetting, so I'm not sure if that worked properly or not. But I just ended up powering off the case, powering it back on, and it was all reset. It was fine.
That's interesting because I did hear about that problem with the glitch.
Yeah.
And I was just going to ask if you had done the latest firmware update, which came out just recently, right? This past week.
Yes. Yeah, it came out on Friday. And for the most part, I really like it.
Yeah, they were saying they addressed that, and I wanted to ask you, like, what are the new features, and what do you think of the module with those updates?
I like it. I like the mix mode. I think that's really cool. I played with it once, and I had a really great time. So I want to kind of figure out how I can use it a little more in depth. And I really like the new modes, or I guess not modes, the colors, the sound, like kind of end of chain sound coloration that they do, because now it has a wet dry mix. So like the vinyl in particular, the wax setting used to be kind of overwhelming, and now you can really dial that into exactly how much of it you want. I really like that.
Nice.
I think he did a great job with the listening to what people wanted, and in keeping with his vision. The half an hour introduction to the new firmware update on the B-Boy Tech channel is really good. It was a good watch. And that's what I have to say about that.
Okay.
Sorry, I was answering somebody on the chat. Asked what, I
think the last weird thing that the last weird thing that happens isn't even like it's pseudo modular related. Like if I plug in if I power up my Blackmagic like camera switchery dealio, which I can't show on camera because you would lose visual and audio.
Sure.
It I guess sends out a MIDI start message. I'm guessing some sort of start message, but not stop. So like my bass sound will kick on and just be on until I hit like the kill all button. But that's not a bad one. It's just super weird because like I don't think this thing talks MIDI, or it's not supposed to. It's not connected. It's only connected to my computer and through the audio, so I don't know what's going on there.
This conversation got me thinking about times that I've had to contact manufacturers. It's only been twice, and both experiences were really good for me. So I thought it was cool. Do you guys, have you had to have much interaction of that sort with manufacturers?
Yeah. So the most interactions I've had have been with Scorp, both for the Pyramid and for the Rample. Like I mentioned, that Rample issue, we went back and forth with. I went back and forth with one of their developers for like a few weeks testing out. Like they were making custom firmware for my problem, that was probably unique
Oh, wow.
to my power supply or something. So like,
That's so
what
sweet.
ended up working most of the time was like a delay on the startup. So they were building that just for me, and I didn't think that was like good or sustainable for them or me. So that's why I made the switch, and I was like, y'all did great. It's probably me. I don't know. So good luck fixing this for other people. But they were really good. They've been really responsive. I've not like I've heard folks had problems getting a hold of Squirt, but I had no issue. I used their email contact method, and they were fairly responsive. And like when anything modular, I'm very patient because like I understand they're small companies and all that. So I wasn't looking for like a same day fix or anything. I was just sort of like, yeah, when you get around to it, it'd be really nice if I didn't have to pull my rample out of my case every time it froze. And now it's great. I've got an on-off switch, and I'm happy. Which I think will also be handy when I have other modules that are glitchy. They're getting put into that faceplate because I can flip them on and off real easy.
Nice.
Yeah, I've had some troubleshooting stuff like with the Metron, reaching out to WMD, and noise engineering has been another one where I've had some questions, and they've all been great. And I think that's one of the good things about modular. And a lot of people sometimes maybe forget is that these are small companies. A lot of them are just
get that personal touch.
Yeah. But we got to remember too that some of them it's one person doing all of this, and it might not be immediate, but they're always willing to respond and help you out, ask you questions, and help you troubleshoot. I really haven't found anybody that hasn't been responsive.
No, and I mean I've witnessed it a few times, like on the Winter Bloom Discord. I get to see some of that support in action. There's a support channel, and they do just an amazing job for I think it's 2 people at this point. So it's I always appreciate seeing that, I guess. And like they want you to enjoy their things that they're making. So yeah, they work pretty hard. Also, some of the DIY projects I've built, I have no business designing circuits, and so like when I build something complex, I'm always amazed that when I get stuck in a situation, like I think the worst one I've built or the most difficult was the dual quantizer. Because that one is a cable net, it is a nest, and there wasn't like a particularly detailed set of photos or video or anything on like how to build it. So it was pretty much up to me reading a schematic. But folks were like the person who designed it was extremely patient and helped me out to get that one to the finish line. So they have no business having to help me. Like they're like, we gave you a schematic. Good luck. It's sort of my opinion, but everyone's been really helpful.
Well, there was one DIY company that kind of did that to me. It was like, well, this is how it's supposed to work, and I'm like, well, it's not working, and like, well, this is not supposed to work. But that's there's a lot of others that are like Abe from AI Synthesis. I mean, he's great. He's really helped me a ton. I've got a couple of his modules, and always really responsive. Has videos that help. So I like just recommending those companies because they, like you said, they want you to be successful because they want you to use their modules and tell other people about their modules.
Right.
And another thing I've been doing is like when I finish a module like that and I get it working, like if there's not good documentation, I'll take like really good photos of different angles so that folks also in my range of skill level can like zoom in and see what I did, and it'll work for them if they do the same thing. But like how much, I guess in my case I paid like like $8 for a PCB or something. Like how much support do you really deserve for $8? For something that will turn into what could, like if I bought it new in pre-built as a Euro rack module, might be 100 plus and upwards. So like again, I'm always impressed. Man, I can't wait for those T-shirts. Are you boxing them all up yourself, Bartok, or was Alpha Stair handling all of that?
Nope. He sent them all to me, so I gotta start boxing them up and.
Oh. Party at Bartok's house. Yeah, we need to get a tip line going for Bartok because that's a lot of work.
That's right. I'm excited. It's something that we've talked about for a long time, so I'm just happy to finally see it come to fruition.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have like a T-shirt party on the stream or something.
Right? Yeah.
Stream Train. Everybody wear T-shirts for Stream Train.
Yeah.
Choo choo.
Yeah. And if you didn't get one, make your own. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, what are some other things? What are some other things that have been on your mind lately around modular music?
Just wanting to get out and play outside.
Like physically or outside, or just like outside of your house?
Both. Like outside in the plain air is nice, but like getting back to like playing music, whether it's in the park now or in a club later or whatever, coffee shop, street corner.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun, and it's something I've been sort of prepping for, idealistically, or not idealistically, maybe, I don't know. But not outside. I don't know that I want to play outside, and the reason is where I live, the soil's really dry and clay and like
dusty.
gritty. Yeah, and so like I think I was talking to Nasty Nachos about this, and he was saying he played outside once and the wind picked up, and from then on, like every single knob was like every and like I don't know if I want to deal with that. Like, yeah, I've got a bunch of contact cleaner and stuff like that, but it just sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, it sounds like a mess.
Yeah,
there's some people that talk about going to either Burning Man or other burners events with their equipment, and I just don't understand how.
Maybe in a pressurized bubble or something with.
I would make an exception for an event like that. Maybe I don't know about Burning Man, but like I would make an exception if it was a particularly rad event. I guess is what it would be, and hopefully not in a windy desert. Like I love windy desert so much. Like desert is one of my favorite places to be, and like if I'm out for a week or two, that's where I usually am. But like, probably not with my modular.
Yeah, no.
Just the thought of like, too much. Hey pup, you look so sad.
You've just been looking at me for the last 20 minutes.
That was like the serial killer dog face right there.
There you go.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, for playing outside, there's a modular on the spot events that have started up again.
I have been seeing that. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, so if you have those in your area, I look them up, and they're a little stricter as far as like what gear you have. They want everything to be in the case, no external gear.
I laugh because I would definitely not do that.
Yeah, my biggest problem with that is I have a it's starting to rain.
I guess I could. I have the 8-step, but
I gotta go in.
Yeah, the Colorado Modular Society is going to start doing in-person events, I think, sometime in the nearish future, and I may want to do that. But like, I have a gnarly setup, so I'm going to have to do some work to really reduce setup time, so it's not like 45 minutes of setup and a 10-minute set. Like, ideally 5 to 10 minutes of setup is what I'm shooting for, and I think I can get there because like most of this could be pre-patched. There's as much as it looks like it, most of this is connected one box or the other with a few going across, but I think those won't take too long. It's just like setting up the
there's a rumble
sequencer, and the MS-10. More pieces, more problems.
Yeah. Yeah, I worry about playing like something like modular on the spot because I don't have a real in rack mixer. I don't have a real output. Aww. Hi. Hi.
I had to show mine off too.
Mine's sleeping somewhere. He's not in here because the entire floor is covered in cables.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I've been thinking about mixers a lot as far as what I need too. Like, I think I'm to the point where I might only need one channel on an external mixer. Maybe even could use like in a pinch, like this, like the Zoom H1 or something. Like I just need something to bring the line level down just a little bit if I need to, but there's enough
I guess,
inputs here.
I guess I could go out of Performer.
Right, exactly. So I think as long as you manage the levels pretty well, like,
it might be fun just to
cool.
design patches like that, just to to practice my in rack mixing because I don't even bother with that.
Yeah, I mean that's not something I got the Zoom L12 and I like that I can record individual channels, so I did not have it set up this way, but thinking about live performances, I was like, well, let's try putting everything through the modular just to see, because I think that will reduce setup time if I do it right. Just
that's
like
pretty much,
this goes with that, this goes with that,
Yeah, and that's the way everything's built here. I have everything where it's designed where I can just pick it up and go travel and perform with. So I use the hex mix with the hex bander, and that way I can just everything's patched through there, and then I can run that out to somebody else's mixer.
How many HP is that total?
Oh boy,
roughly.
Just the hex mix.
Yeah, well, with the expander, I guess.
I gotta look it up because I don't know off the top of my head.
While you're looking it up, I feel like I'm obligated to buy those modules at some point.
I've been thinking about it, but
so it's 28 HP. 28 HP.
God, it hurts my heart.
It does. And let me see if I can move this.
What is that, like 4 more than a maths or something?
Yeah.
So the way that they do it is this is the hex mix, and then the hex bander goes above it.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I see. Okay.
Right.
Oh.
So here are my outs right here. Let me get some better light.
Interesting. Are they connected via a cable in the back?
Yeah. Yeah, and then I also have the ST mix here, which connects with a cable in the back to the hex mix. So that's my stereo.
Smooth, yeah.
And then this then goes out to, right now it goes to a DI box and then my mixer here, but I can just run any out from here.
Okay.
Huh. And that, along with Metron, is really the only reason I went with the second case, because I used to do everything in just one case. I had the Sweet 16 for my triggers, and then I had what was I using as my output? I was using just the Bafaco out.
Okay.
That reminds me, I want to experiment with the DI box. I don't have any, and it might tidy up some stuff. My noise levels have grown significantly, and I would like to take care of them. And I can't actually hear them on my normal studio headphones. It's when I put on, like, listen back through YouTube with like bass-heavy headphones. I can hear like really weird highs and lows that I wasn't hearing before. So
Interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
Strange.
fighting. What I was fighting with, and just trying to look up, seeing what I can do.
Yeah.
I learned about the DI boxes.
Yep. I mean, the trick for me is just to never have silence so that no one notices. They just good dirty sounds you got there. Thank you.
It's complex. Yes, complex noise sources.
Yeah, I agree with Robbie. Robbie loves in-rack mixers, and I am starting to be a convert in that sense. Like, I absolutely love my L12, particularly for recording individual channels and then doing nothing with them. But
how many channels can you record with that?
it's 12 inputs, and it records 14 channels, so it records each channel individually plus the mix.
And
simultaneously, and at the same time it can act as a whatever you call it, where it goes over the USB, so you can record on your computer as well.
I was going to say, it's an audio interface as well?
Yes, for all of those channels, and you can also go the other direction back in, which I often do when I'm just like listening to stuff. Like if you're playing and I'm messing around, I will send from computer to L12 via USB because it's just tidier.
Huh.
It is a monster. Highly
Nice.
recommend. Also, it's just convenient to record if you don't have to turn on your computer and stuff. Yeah.
I've just been recording everything stereo recently, just 2 channels. But I've been kind of having some challenges with moving around so much and playing in different spots and setting up every day, and that the levels of my recordings are now kind of all over the place. Ranging from like a little too hot to like way lower than I think, to even like recording the wrong thing. Like I'll jam for like half an hour, and all I'll get is the the sound of my moving around in the room, just from the onboard mic of the of the computer.
Yeah, and like I actually had that problem a lot. Like on the Zoom H1N, I would use the visual levels to give me an indicator.
It doesn't
or sometimes headphones.
Get you.
And it's not, because I don't have a baseline to compare against, and it's not that accurate. I was often way too low.
Yeah.
Like we're talking like -12 or more.
In my studio, I always have I record to the SD card in my mixing board, and I just love that because the levels are pretty consistent, and it's real. I don't have to think about it. But now I'm finding I have to think about it a lot more.
Yeah, and that is one of the nice things about this is like I know the lights are accurate. I know what's going into that. I know what's going into this now. Like everything is good. I don't have to think about it before a stream too much. Just like make sure I'm not super hot on something and I'm good to go.
Nice.
But yeah, drum. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm hoping to play in a couple hours, I guess. 10 o'clock or something.
I would like to play tonight, but I actually have to bail in exactly 6 minutes to go buy a bunch of groceries before our grocery store is sold out because of that weekend.
Oh, that weekend, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coming up.
Yeah, I hope to see some cool 4th of July streams. And actually, we're having a small get together. Y'all are invited.
Thank you.
But like I'm hoping, like I want to see some streams. I haven't had people over since like 2019. So it'll be interesting. Like I don't think like this didn't exist then. So yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "What's in that room?" Like,
if we go in there, we're not coming out for an hour.
Yeah. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Um, yeah. So
I'll try to stream sometime this weekend. I'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Usually, my dog does not like the fireworks, so
Yeah. I hate to
always
say it, but like
a hard
ban
time.
fireworks. I don't hate to say it. They like burned down almost our entire county last year. So like, I have a beef against fireworks. Do cool drone light shows, like, I don't know.
Right, laser lights.
There's lots of cool things we can look at in the sky at night. Like, it doesn't have to be like an exploding piece of fire. Like, I understand it's fun and cool, but like, dogs hate it. Burns down things I like. Anyway, I'm just being a grumpy person.
Those are some good arguments.
Like, I don't even care about that stuff. I like the barbecuing. Like, oh, if there's a day I have an excuse to barbecue extra for a bunch of people, like, I don't know. I just like standing around a grill and handing people stuff. It's fun.
Yeah. I'm with you.
All right. I think I'm gonna, unless you want to talk about anything else, Bartok, because I feel really bad for leaving you on the screen for so long. That was not intentional. I was looking at the side of the screen and staring at your face, so I didn't even notice. Yeah, EMS shirts. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do an EMS T-shirt stream train as soon as enough of them have been distributed, and delivered. Yeah, I can't wait. That'll be a cool one.
Yeah, thanks again for getting all that work, getting it together. It's really great.
Super appreciated.
Yeah, no, now I'm looking forward to everybody getting them. So.
Yeah. All right. Schmooze visuals would be a good celebration. Yeah, no kidding. That's more colorful than any firework could be. All right, I'm gonna play us out.
All right.
Do you want me to? I'm just gonna play.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hey, thanks a lot.